And welcome back into First Nat 4. We want to get ready for our next guest coming from the Iroquois School District.
Superintendent Shane Murray is joining us now to talk a little bit about what's going on with Iroquois School District, maybe some of the things that you're really focused on, concerned about. And one thing that's really made the news recently is students' mental health coming out of the pandemic. And then the county gave every school district, I think, $75,000 to assist with mental health needs within your district. Talk a little bit about that and how it's the effects you're seeing right now.
Well, coming out of the pandemic, school has had to change. Our students have changed, our community has changed. And one of the things that we're seeing is that kids are coming in with more anxiety, more depression. They've lost 2 years of socialization in some cases. And so, as with everything, when there's a problem in our community, schools are asked to come up with solutions. We are very thankful that the county has come up with some additional grant funding to help us staff our buildings with an additional mental health counselor. But the need is great, and the system is a little broken. And we need more counselors, we need more spaces for kids in crisis. And this is a Band-Aid that's going to help us start off the year maybe in a better place. But we have a lot of work to do if we're going to meet the mental health needs of our students.
You know, is this more directed elementary, middle, high school, or is it across the board?
It's across the board.
Yeah.
Where I see it mostly is in the middle school level. Because those kids lost that social development that's very important. Middle school is often a time where kids are awkward anyway, so they didn't have that face-to-face contact and ability to, work on those social issues, and now they're in school close together, and you add the pressure of social media. It gets pretty scary.
The past 2 years was so focused on COVID and the spread, the actual virus. Would you say that your main concern is now mental health and not so much back to those early pandemic days?
We try to bring our focus back to education. And that's the funny thing is that schools have to keep
balance.
Do more things.
Sure.
We're serving 2 meals a day. During the pandemic, we were serving all school year and all summer. So we are trying to keep our focus on education, but we also know that if the kids aren't in a good mental space, then they're not going to learn. And so so it's a balancing act, but we always try to make sure that education stays at the forefront along with student safety.
Now, it sounds like we've kind of talked about some of the downer things. What are some of the bright spots of being superintendent of a smaller school district like Iroquois? I know I'm part of a smaller school district, and I love it for that. It's such a community. Talk a little bit about what you love about being part of Iroquois. Well,
the students and staff have coined the phrase #one family, and that really is Iroquois, makes up Iroquois. Iroquois is a family of a small community that works together to solve problems. We have a wonderful football facility, and Friday nights at our game are often the whole community is there, and it's very amazing. The other thing, academically, we have a lot of college preparation classes that we're very excited about. And this year, again, we're participating in the Student Spaceflight Experiment Program, where one of our kids' projects is going to end up in space.
That's terrific.
And that's happened before. I was actually a part of that out in the district a couple of years ago, and it's so neat that these kids, what they're working on here on land is going to be up in space someday. They must be so excited about it.
Yeah. And it is a great opportunity for hands-on learning, and it can create lifelong memories for some of these students and inspire kids to go into STEM careers. Actually, after the last time we did this, we had a couple kids end up in SpaceX and a few other companies.
Wow.
Yeah, that's terrific. Great. Shane Murray, Iroquois School District Superintendent, we do appreciate you popping in today.